I'm back with another episode of Nintendo Switch games to buy before they become rare and expensive. And the first game on this list today is Anno Mutationem Complete Edition. Now, for a while, the only way you could get this game was by purchasing the limited run version, which is the ESRB version. And while that version is very expensive, there is now a more affordable option for collectors with the Asian England release. And I believe this also comes with some DLC. So I'm glad that I didn't try to pay above market price for the limited run version and waited for this one. And this game is a video game which the combat is 2D, but you get to explore a 3D world. It's a story driven game, and it's also set in a dystopian future, kind of has that cyberpunk type aesthetic to it. The art style looks absolutely phenomenal, and I've heard a lot of great things about this game. Noisy Pixel gave this game a 9 out of 10, and I really think they're a good, trustworthy media outlet for their game reviews. They're usually on point and they don't get into politics and silly stuff like some of these other gaming media outlets do. And also, one of my favorite YouTube channels, Orbology, talked pretty good about this game as well. So it's one that I'm definitely looking forward to. And even though there is the Asian English re release, I think this still could get a little bit more expensive and rare, harder to find in the future. So definitely keep it on your radar and pick it up if you're interested in it. After playing, beating, and absolutely falling in love with Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, I had to pick up the second game on this list, and that is Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster. And while you can still definitely pick this game up for a very affordable price, kind of on the cheaper end between like 20 to 30 bucks, past Shin Megami Tensei titles like this one here, and Atlas games in general have been known in the past to get pretty expensive and harder to find. And I do think that eventually this one will climb up in price at least a bit, could possibly go back up to being a $60 game like it was at launch. And if you don't know what kind of game this is, it is a turn-based JRPG that has the monster collecting element to it, but instead of fighting with like cute Pokemon like creatures, you battle with angels, demons, mythical gods, that kind of stuff. And these games are also known for being brutally challenging, but they are a lot of fun. They have really in-depth turn-based battle systems, and I highly recommend them if you're into that type of thing. And the third game on this list is another Atlas game, Catherine Full Body. This is one that's also kind of still on the cheaper end right now, between 25 to 35 bucks, but I believe it will climb up in price eventually as well. And Atlas games are definitely known for getting expensive, later on after release. And this game is just a phenomenal game anyway, one that I would highly recommend. I did one full playthrough of this game, and the gameplay is absolutely phenomenal. I'm not even really a puzzle type of game guy, but the puzzle mechanics in this game are absolutely top tier, really fun. And basically, in this game, you're a guy, Vincent Rhodes, I believe is his name, and you're having an affair. So every night you're trapped in these nightmares where you have to climb your way out of this puzzle in your dream to survive. And it also has a lot of life sim elements to it as well, which mix up the gameplay. And based on your decisions, you can take different paths through this game and also get different endings. So that adds a lot of replay value to it as well. But definitely keep it on your list and on your radar if you're interested before it becomes more rare and expensive. The fourth game on this list is actually of three all-time classic games, and that is Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 Remastered. Now, this package is awesome, having this collection on modern consoles. And it also gives you the ability to switch between modern and classic graphics, which is amazing. And you also get to switch between modern and classic controls, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I haven't played this one yet, but I just had to pick this up because I'm really excited to experience these games that I've heard so much good things about. Lara Croft is an iconic character. These games are iconic, so I definitely have to see why these games are so highly regarded. And also, there is a special edition for the physical as well, which of course I believe will be even more rare and expensive than the standard version. But just because these games are classics and it gives you them all on the cartridge, I definitely think further on down the line this will become more sought after, hard to find, and more expensive. Now, I do believe that Sonic and Shadow Generations, the Day 1 edition, could become a bit more rare and expensive in the future just because this version has a reversible artwork cover, and it also comes with Gerald Robotnik's journal, which tells you a little bit about the story and has some artwork in there as well, making this more of a collectible than later print runs of this game will be, because from what I heard, they're only going to do this with the Day 1 edition of this game. I feel like this game will probably go on sale Black Friday anyway. You could probably get a good deal on it and still get this edition of the game. But I have played a bit of this game on my Nintendo Switch, and I have to say, although it only runs at 30 frames per second compared to the other versions of this game, it still plays phenomenal. The frame rate is smooth and stable, and it still feels like a Sonic game. It still feels like Sonic is going really fast. The graphics look really solid. This is a really good version of the game. It's a really competent version, and having it on the handheld is nice as well. Now, I haven't played the Shadow campaign yet because from what I hear, that's like the best 3D Sonic platforming we've gotten so far, so I'm saving the best for last. But definitely pick this one up sooner than later if you want that Day 1 edition. You ever hear the old saying, them's fighting words? Well, them's fighting herds is a great 2D action fighting arcade style game. And this game has phenomenal 2D graphics, has a great story mode, and it is an indie game, although you can still get it for cheap now. I feel like further on down the line, the price can go up on this one, and it can definitely become harder to find because it probably didn't get a huge print run, and who knows, maybe it just takes the right YouTuber to put it in a hidden gems video or something, and it could get more attention. But this is number 6 on the list. Now for number 7, I have to go to a game that I actually don't own physically. I do have it digitally, and that is Sega Genesis Classics for the Nintendo Switch. And the reason why I definitely believe this game has potential to become rare and expensive for the physical copy is because the digital version is not going to exist anymore. I believe it's December 6th. Sega is going to delist this collection of their classic Genesis games, which has games like Streets of Rage 1, 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, Rise Star, Phantasy Star, Golden Axe, and more. So if you want it physically, I definitely think you should get it sooner than later, because once it gets delisted, you know the resellers are probably going to try to jack the prices up on this collection of classic titles. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you enjoy the content, please drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel. That would really help me a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. And until the next time, catch you later.